What's up, you guys? I'm very excited to be doing this video because I'm going to be reviewing Bandai's SH Monsterarts Wolf Predator. I just want to say this has quickly become my favorite of all my action figures. Wolf is my favorite of the movie Predators, and the only figure really to do him justice is the what's it called? Hot Toys one. And so it's been kind of a goal that was the only Hot Toys one I'm going to get, but after getting this, there's no way in hell. Because I don't really like action figures over 9-inch, but I definitely wanted a good Wolf figure, because NECA's is just not that great. But yeah, so I got this in the mail today, and let's go over it. Alright, so this figure is definitely the best Predator figure I've ever gotten. So the head actually has several ball joints, including on the neck. There's a one for the head itself. There's a lower neck, and then there's a neck to shoulders, I guess would be the term. But it allows for a very wide range. It's a little bit impeded by the hair back here, so he can't look up too high, but he can definitely look down really low. So that's really cool. And here on the arm, it goes out. There's a nice little 360, and it twists right there at the bicep, the bridge of the bicep. And then we have a double jointed elbow, which is really cool. And the way they did it is it hides the joint really well. So that's nice. And then we have a double ball jointed hands. So you got an outer ball joint and an inner ball joint. I don't know how well you guys can pick that up. But it's the same thing for the other hand, except the wrist computer opens, which is again really cool. And this is something kind of cool, is the shoulder plate actually has articulation, and it even comes off. I believe if you tried hard enough, all of the, like the breastplate right here, I know that the knee pads can come off. I actually took this one off a little bit ago. So the knee pads come off. And I only say that because these turn, so it's obvious they're not attached on. So if you really wanted to try, you probably could take those off. I'm not really going to try though. But let's go back to posability. So we have a nice little ball jointed mid torso there, which also does 360 degrees. And then we have ball jointed hip, and that also does 360 degrees. And then for the leg, we have what appears to be a 2 ball jointed system in there, and a swivel joint. So the leg can do all kinds of crazy stuff. And again, double jointed knees, and the foot is really good. The ball joint is really well. I'm guessing that's also a double joint there. It's got a huge range of posability, and even the toes, not so much, but it's there, so that's cool. And it's the same with the other leg. Okay, and then what really gets me about this figure is just the crazy amount of accessories that it has. So aside from the pair of hands you see there, he comes with 8 different hands. So we have these 2 that are kind of open, more in a grabbing stance, and these 2 which are meant to, of course, grip the weapon accessories, which I'll show after the hands. And balled fists. And then you have just 2 closed hands like that, just for various gripping styles. And another thing is it comes with 2 sets of heads. So you have the maskless head that can come on. This is what he has on by default. I'm going to warn you a little bit. It's a pain in the ass to get off, but once you get off, the it's easy to put on and take off. Just I guess it's a little stuck at first. And the mandibles come off so that you can put out the more aggressive screaming mandibles. Where'd that one go? There it is. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take this head off, put this one on. It can be kind of tricky to match the joints. I think this one's actually a little bit less open, is what the problem is. There we go. So now you have him maskless. Yeah, I'll just leave him like that for the rest of the video. And he comes with his necklace. It was a little bit loose, so I took it off when the head came off. But yeah, that goes around his neck. Medical pack goes on the back. He already has it on, but I took it off. So there's a little peg right there where it goes. These mandibles are a little loose, so I might have to make the tabs a little bit bigger with super glue. Okay, and then two sets of comba staffs. You've got the collapsed one and the expanded one. So the collapsed one actually has a space on his back right here. Where the second plasma caster would go in the movie, there's a little space to put it. So that's one thing. He only has one plasma caster, which again I'll get to. I'm just going to leave the mandibles out, they'll keep falling off. But yeah, that fits perfectly on his back. So then I guess I'll get to the plasma caster. He has one. Unfortunately, it can't be converted into the gun like he does at the end of the movie, but it can come off, which is cool, and it folds nicely. So that one just goes in its rightful spot right here. And there you have that. Okay. He has the whip. Unfortunately, it's not made of a bendable material, which kind of disappointed me. That's because it sort of impedes posability with that. But he also has a collapsed rolled up whip, which goes right here. He's got the little gun he uses to inject himself with medications and all that. And then the little xenomorph acid tablet, which actually has its own pouch right here at the end of his sash. So it fits right there. It doesn't fit snugly, but it fits. He has two sets of wrist blades. He has these little tiny ones which are like retracted, and then he has these longer ones. And both of them surprisingly fit really well. They actually fit really tight, even if you don't put them in all the way. So like you want them to be expanded a little bit longer, you can just kind of barely put them in, and they stay in pretty well. And then the amount of detail on this figure is actually really nice. I'm going to go ahead and put the mandibles back on. If they'll fit. As you'll notice, they took into consideration the fact that Wolf is actually missing a mandible. The one thing they did forget, though, is that his left eye is kind of blinded. I'm guessing it's just one total scar thing. But if you look closely at the head, they have that part of the forehead scarred up, just like it is in the movie. And got nice netting all over. There's no symbols on the inside of the wrist computer, but just the fact that it even opens is great. And let's take a look at the back. So yeah, it's a really, really nice figure. I love this thing. So I want to kind of address this in a comparison to NECA's figures. I honestly don't think they should be compared because they're two different price points. So you have NECA's, which sell for about $20 if you find it at a retail store. You get a few accessories, some really good posability, and a very nice detail. And then at this price point, which can be anywhere from $50 to $70, you get all these accessories and lots more posability, but you are really paying for all that much more. So I wouldn't say that this is just an overall better series, because at $20, what NECA does, you're not going to get any better than that. And the thing is, NECA's is a whole... Here, I'm going to go ahead and grab one off the shelf. NECA's are still a whole 1 or 2 inches taller, because this is only about a 6-inch figure. And yeah, so NECA's figures are still very much worth getting at that price point, because you're not going to get better. And if you're willing to spend $50 on this to get all this extra stuff, then yes, definitely go get it. But I'd say NECA is still probably the king of Predator figures right now. Just because, like I said, at that price point, you can't beat them. But yeah, so this is definitely an amazing figure, and if you can afford that price, you should definitely buy it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.